They say love finds you when you least expect it, and sometimes it begins with a simple glance, a random encounter, or even a twist of fate. Keeping the relationship hidden from her family was a constant tightrope walk. Stolen phone calls, whispered in the dead of the night, hurried dates disguised as study sessions with Sarah, and white lies concocted at a moment's notice became her daily bread. The constant deception took its toll, adding a layer of anxiety to its already simmering pressure cooker of her home life. Adding fuel to the fire was Isabella, impeccably dressed, effortlessly popular, and maidenly intelligent. Isabella had been Maya's academic rival since grade school. It was a rivalry fueled with deep-seated unspoken jealousy, a longing to possess Isabella's confidence and ease. And of course, David had been interested in Isabella before he met Maya. Seeing them together, even passing, sparked a venomous envy within her. For months, they danced around the truth. David, aware of Maya's family situation, was patient and understanding. But the strain of silence, the hurried goodbyes, the fear of discovery began to erode the foundation of their nascent relationship. The pressure was immense, a suffocating blanket smothering the fragile spark between them. The inevitable burst became during a particularly heated argument with her mother about her declining grades. Fueled by frustration and desperation, Maya blurted out the truth about David. The reaction was swift and brutal. Her mother, with the support of her sister, launched into a tirade about Maya's irresponsibility, her betrayal of their trust, and the utter unsustainability of voice in general. David, witnessing the aftermath, was visibly shaken. The next day he called Maya. "This isn't fair to either of us," he said, his voice laced with regret. "Your family will never going to accept me. I, I just can't do this anymore." Maya, numbed with pain, could only manage a strangled "Okay." Then came the words that would haunt her for months to come. "Look, Maya," David continued, his tone surprisingly cold. "You're a nice girl, but honestly, you're not exactly a loss." The world shattered. The pain was a physical thing, a gaping hole in her chest. She felt utterly worthless, discarded, and foolish for even believing in something so fleeting. She retreated into herself, a silent, broken shell. Her grades plummeted further. Her family, seeing the devastation they had wrought, offered only platitudes and "I told you so's." 2 months later, a picture surfaced on social media. David, beaming, stood beside Isabella, a radiant in a white wedding dress. The caption read, "Happily ever after." The news hit Maya like a tidal wave. It was the final, definitive proof of her insignificance. She was nothing more than a temporary distraction, a stepping stone on David's path to everlasting happiness with Isabella. That night, Maya made a decision. She wouldn't allow herself to be defined by this heartbreak. She wouldn't let her family's disapproval dictate her life. She wouldn't be haunted by the ghost of Isabella and David's perfect life. Using her savings and the smallest encouragement of a sympathetic aunt, Maya applied to universities abroad. Miraculously, she was accepted to a program in London, a world away from the suffocating atmosphere of her home. Leaving Cebu was like shedding a skin. In London, she found anonymity, a freedom she had never known. She immersed herself in her studies, exploring new ideas, meeting people from different cultures. Slowly, painfully, she began to heal. One rainy afternoon, while browsing a used bookstore, she bumped into a man, literally books scattered across the floor, and as they both reached to gather them, their hands brushed. His name was Liam. His eyes, the color of the stormy sky, held a kindness that resonated within her. Liam was different from David. He was grounded, supportive, and genuinely interested in her thoughts and dreams. He wasn't intimidated by her intelligence or her ambition. He celebrated her strengths and embraced her vulnerabilities. He saw her not as a placeholder, but as a whole, complex, and beautiful human being. Years passed. Maya blossomed. She excelled in her studies, landed a prestigious internship, and built a life that was uniquely her own. And more importantly, she fell in love again. A love that was built on mutual respect, trust, and a shared vision of the future. Standing on a balcony on Liam's flat, overlooking the twinkling lights of London, Maya thought back to that humid Cebu evening, to stolen glances and whispered promises that had ultimately led to so much pain. She no longer felt anger or resentment, just a quiet sense of closure. David's words were no longer held any power. She understood now that his assessment of her own worth was flawed, a reflection of his own insecurities. He hadn't seen her, the real her, because he wasn't capable of seeing beyond the surface. She had lost him. Yes, in losing him, she had found herself. In finding herself, she had found Liam, a man who truly appreciated her, a man who loved her, not in spite of her flaws, but because of them. Her family, seeing her happiness, finally relented and offered their blessing. The past was a map, a series of winding roads and unexpected detours that had ultimately led her to this place, to this moment, to this love. And as she leaned into Liam's embrace, She knew that she was exactly where she was meant to be. A better man, a better life, and a better version of herself. Finally, Maya was free. Thank you for hearing their story. If you ever loved, lost, or let go, this one is for you. Do not forget to click like and subscribe to be updated on our next episode. Have a great day, everyone.